Sophie, not that I really want to go, but I'll go to your wedding. There's a good group of guys there, right?
What? What guys are you talking about?
It's obvious. I mean, is there anyone worthy of my future husband?
I don't know about that. I don't know what kind of guys you like. Well, maybe there are a lot of good-looking guys, though.
Really? I'm starting to think it's time for me to get married, too. I've been too popular up until now, so it took me a while to choose. I've had a hard time narrowing down the candidates. I thought it was about time.
I see. Do you have a boyfriend right now?
I have several, but none of them is the right man for me to marry.
More than one? If you stop dating like that, you could get married.
What? You're suddenly all high and mighty just because you're getting married? You were such a dork in college. You were just a plain, non-existent nerd. You have the nerve to talk over me like that just because you're getting married? It doesn't change who's more beautiful, you or me.
I told you I'm done with that kind of thing. When I was in college, I had just moved out of a small town. But I'm happy now, so I don't really care. I don't mean to sound superior.
So what does your husband do? You can tell a lot about the friends he hangs out with from his occupation.
He works in construction.
What? He's an architect?
No, not like that. Shall I say it's construction related?
Huh? So does that mean he's a construction worker?
Strictly speaking, he's not, but I guess something like that.
Seriously? That means he's a bottom feeder.
What? What do you mean by that?
A construction worker is low class. How could you even think of marrying such a man?
I don't think it's good to evaluate people by their occupation. I don't judge people like that. Even if you think so, it's rude to tell me that.
You're angry because it's true.
No, that's not what I meant.
Well, whatever. You'll have some good-looking guys there, right? Not that I want to marry a construction worker, but I could at least have a little fun with them.
Are you coming to my wedding for that reason? Don't mess with my husband's friends.
What else would a construction worker be good for? Oh yeah, you're going to marry one. I feel sorry for you.
That's enough. What do you want?
I'll be at your wedding. You'd better find a nice guy and make sure he'll sit with me at the same table.
I can't promise you that. You said disrespectful things about the construction workers. I don't want to make them feel bad by sharing a table with you.
What? Are you saying that they would feel bad if they sat at the same table as me? That's not going to happen. Are you an idiot?
Enough. Anyways, I appreciate you coming to my wedding. But please, don't be rude to my husband's co-workers and business associates.
Congratulations on your wedding. You look stunning.
Thank you. You're sitting with Kiara, right? How is she? Is she alright? Did she say something rude?
She's fine for now. She saw your husband's colleagues and was excited about how good-looking they are.
I see. That's good then. The other day I got some offensive texts from Kiara. That's why I was a little worried. I'm glad to hear that nothing is going wrong.
I'm worried that she's drinking a little too much, though. She's a bad drinker.
I hope she doesn't drink too much. I really didn't even want to invite her. But I invited the rest of my friends. If I didn't invite her, I think that would make her go crazy.
You're right. I didn't think she would come. She seems to be having a hard time right now.
What's her problem?
Huh? Didn't you hear the story? I was surprised when I saw her here today. She even came to your wedding with a gift after all that happened. She must be desperate to find a man.
Oh, what happened to her?
That's what you get!
Do you have any idea what you've done?
You deserve it! I poured wine over him to celebrate, so you should thank me.
Even if you're drunk, you at least know what is okay to do and what is not.
You married a construction worker. What are you talking about? You're wearing dresses like you're some big shot.
If you're acting like that, you shouldn't have come to my wedding in the first place. You look down on my husband just because he's a construction worker. And you pour wine on him on the day of the wedding. Are you crazy?
You're the one who's crazy.
What?
How can you not feel embarrassed when you're marrying a lowlife like him? I'm sorry I spilled wine on him because his tuxedo didn't suit him.
I don't care what happens to you anymore.
You two losers make a great couple. You losers should get married in your pajamas.
You should look around.
What?
You're done.
Why did you kick me out? I was just getting to know that hot guy.
You were so drunk you don't remember what you did.
I remember I poured wine on the groom. But that's not something to be angry about, is it?
That's something worth getting angry about.
But that doesn't mean you can use those scary-looking people to kick me out. I was so scared.
Oh yeah, I don't care about that. There were a lot of construction workers at the wedding. I could see your face turning pale when you were surrounded by them. That made me feel a little better.
How dare you? I'm your friend. How dare you treat me like this?
Do you think it's okay to pour wine on the groom if you were a friend? And then ruin the wedding?
I never said that.
Then what did you mean?
I was in a good mood with a hot guy, and you interrupted me. I'm not even allowed to go to the reception. How could you do that?
You seem to be happy that all the good-looking guys were there. I thought you were looking down on the construction workers, but it's okay as long as they're good-looking. You need to reevaluate yourself.
I was a little drunk, and I was frustrated that you were getting married before me.
What?
I'm prettier than you. Your husband is a construction worker. But most of all, I was upset that you got married before me.
Stop saying construction worker. My husband is the president of a construction company.
What?
You called him a bottom-feeding loser, and you even poured wine on him. And you ruined his tuxedo. Do you know how much that tuxedo cost?
He's the president. Are you kidding me?
Why would I lie? My husband's annual salary is about $1 million. Do you still think he's a bottom feeder?
$1 million? That's impossible. You are exaggerating, aren't you?
It's true. Those guys at the wedding were employees of his company. They don't suit trash like you, who is disrespectful to construction workers.
I didn't mean to disrespect them. I can't believe he was the president of a construction company. How on earth could you marry such a man? Give me your husband.
What? You're crazy! Are you kidding me? There were a lot of presidents of other companies at the wedding, but none of them suit you because you're trash.
Why would you say that to me? I'm such a beautiful woman. It's not right that I'm not married yet.
I heard rumors about you.
Huh? What are you talking about?
I heard that you were involved in marriage fraud and are in debt.
What? How do you know that?
You look down on people who work at the construction site. But you were tricked into a marriage scam by a man with a false background. You alone cannot repay your debt. So you were desperately looking for someone to marry.
No, that's not true. I didn't think I was being scammed either. He looked rich by all accounts.
I guess all scammers are like that. You're the kind of person who judges people's worth by their professional status. That's why you're what you are.
What? Are you trying to say that I am wrong? I thought I could marry him, so it is only natural that I should be devoted to him. It's hard to find a man worthy of me.
Yes, but you can keep looking until you find the right man for you. But I won't let you do that at my wedding, because you'll make the guests feel uncomfortable.
Oh no! That's terrible. I've just met a handsome man.
You will miss your chance to get married, and no one will look at you anymore. I don't care about you anymore.
Please don't say that. You are a cold person.
Of course, after what you did to me. You're a terrible person, and you ruined my wedding. I don't even consider you a friend anymore. I mean, you and I were never that close to begin with.
What? We are best friends, aren't we?
You're the only one who thinks so. I didn't really want to invite you, but if I didn't, I knew you would complain. That's why I invited you to the wedding.
I'm shocked that you thought that. I thought you were my only true friend.
If you thought so, you shouldn't have done what you did. This is the result of you going too far.
Are you going to quit being friends with me now?
I never considered you a friend to begin with. Ever since we were in college, you have looked down on me, and I've had to put up with it. But from now on, you and I are done. And even if you try, you can't run away from what's about to happen.
Run away? Me? Why?
You ruined my wedding. So naturally, I'll demand compensation. So you can run away from that.
Huh? Compensation? You're going that far.
That's what you deserve. You got drunk and verbally abused my fiancé and poured wine on him at our wedding. The compensation is not even enough, to be honest. His tuxedo was also very expensive. You will be charged for that as well.
Sophie, I am sorry. I apologize. You forgive me, don't you? You know, I don't have enough money to make that payment, right?
If you don't have it, borrow it and pay for it.
Don't be so cold. I am apologizing to you, so why don't you just let it go?
No thanks. Your apology doesn't mean anything.
You don't have to go that far. Yes, what I did was wrong. But I was drunk, and I thought your husband was a construction worker.
Why does his profession matter?
If I'd known he was the president, I wouldn't have done that.
I'm telling you to stop judging people by their profession. You look down on the construction workers like they were bottom feeders. But you're the one who was the bottom feeder, aren't you? You're lonely, knee-deep in debt, with no boyfriend and no friends. Don't ever contact me again. Later, Kiara was charged for the damages she had caused at Sophie's wedding. This put her in further debt. However, her current job alone was not enough to keep up with those payments, so she started working part-time at night. Her company prohibited employees from taking on side jobs though, so the company soon found out and fired her. In the end, Kiara lost her job as well, and she is now working part-time and trying to find a husband fast. However, no men seem to be approaching Kiara. Maybe her mean personality and desperation may have shown on her face.